Hello, KYN here, and welcome back to another one of my Let's Plays. So this time I have chosen to Let's Play Sublems by Colorful Arty. This was already a pack that I initially completed on Superlemmini, um, but I have never played the Neo Lemmings version of it, and so in a way I'm pretty excited to take on this. Um, the last time I completed Sublems on Superlemmini was 3 years ago, back in 2017. And as far as I know, there are some differences in some of the levels between the versions. Some of the Super Lemonade levels are not in the Neo Lemix version, and um, and even though I've already completed the pack on Super Lemonade, it's not going to be like an exact completely blind Let's Play, but surely enough time has passed so that at this point I don't really remember all of the solutions to the levels. And so, but even then, it should still be a very fun experience for me. This will supplements for this supplements Let's Play will be the biggest pack I've Let's Played so far. Up until this pack, I've Let's Played a bunch of several smaller packs. The largest smallest one that I've done so far is at 64 levels. This one is almost double that. And it's more than 100. And so, pretty much the point I'm getting at here is that this pack is the first 100 plus levels pack that I'll be LPing. So yeah, as some others have noted, um, a really nice thing about this pack is that each level has its own unique music. There is no level in which the same music will play more than once. And there are some of these that I absolutely liked when I played the Super Lemon version, and some of them I recognize as well. And so I'm looking forward to hearing those tracks again, as well as the other tracks that are also found in each of the other levels too. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the Let's Play. So we are starting off with the Newbie rank. Um, and if I remember correctly, these are just simply easy tutorial levels to help ease you into the pack before you get into the first main rank of the pack. And so other than the Newbie rank, which only has 10 levels, I think the other levels, the other ranks will have 20 levels each. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and get into the Let's Play. So we are starting off with Newbie 1. This is a walk in the park. So we have 100 lemmings, and we need to save all of them. And we have a time limit of 4 minutes. And if I'm not mistaken, since this was originally made for Super Lemon, all the levels should have time limits here. And as I mentioned before, I don't mind time limits. I'm one of the few that loves time limits in this game. And so let's go ahead and see what we have here. Oh, no skills at all. Okay. So in that case, it's just a simple matter of maxing the release rate. Okay, and then the rest should be... Yeah, there they are. I was like wondering, oh, it's taking quite a while for the lemmings to come out. I guess I'm not used to the very, very slow one release rate then. Yeah, so it's all the way from the start here on the left side, all the way to the very far right. So really there's nothing to do but other than to time skip all this. Because really there's nothing for you to do. Just max out the release rate so you don't run out of time. So, nice, very easy low in which you don't have to do anything to start the pack. Newbie 2, Scaling Mount Jerry. So we have 10 lemmings, but we only need to save 1, and time limit of 5 minutes. Okay, so since this is all about scaling, this should be your climber tutorial level. So basically, it's just a level that teaches you what the climber does. And the climber skill, yeah, it just makes the lemming climb up the wall. And they can only climb perfectly smooth surfaces, smooth vertical surfaces like this. If there's an overhang, lemmings will hit it and then fall back down. So really, there's nothing to this level other than just assign a climber to every lemming here. And yeah, it's very easy to save every lemming. So there's not much more to it than other than that. Alrighty, Newbie 3, the magic of umbrellas. 10 lemmings and then 1 to be saved, time limit 5 minutes. And this should be your floater tutorial level.
Let's go!
Okay, so it's nothing other than assign a floater to every lemming. And then they'll just walk along and float as necessary. So the floater, it just helps the lemming survive any fall. And from the looks of this level, there's a lot of deadly falls in this level, and so they would need a floater in order to survive. So floaters can survive falls of any height. And then Newbie 4, displace blows, 15 lemmings, and then 10 to be saved, time limit 5 minutes again. So this level should be your bomber tutorial level. It just teaches you about what bombers do. So when assigned to a lemming, they just blow up and remove a chunk of the terrain wherever they explode. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and max out the release rate. And I'm going to go ahead and bomb here. And then finally bomb here to get to the exit. And that's it. In this middle area, you can technically bomb anywhere. Although, I believe the safest places to do it would be around here, as well as the sides where the stairs are. The others seem to be like splat height. Oh no, they're... looks like it is not. Yeah, almost though. But in any case, yeah, to make sure that they survive, I would do it around the areas that I indicated. Alrighty, that was another quick one. Next one is Newbie 5, Blockotron, 15 lemmings, 15 to be saved, 5 minute time limit again. So this should be your blocker tutorial level.
Let's go!
And for blockers, when assigned to a lemming will stretch out his arms, and any lemmings that run into them will turn around. And so, yeah. So it's basically about a matter of just redirecting the lemmings so that they can get to the exit. So here, if we don't block, they will fall off and die, I believe. Yes, this is splat height. It barely is splat height, but they will die when they fall down here. So we need to turn them around to prevent that from happening by assigning a blocker. And then, it's very difficult to see here, but there is a tiny hole in which the lemmings will fall down. So we don't want to block here, because otherwise the lemmings will be trapped on this ledge here between the wall and the blocker. But when they get down here, they will eventually walk down and fall to the bottom of this pit here. So we want to block here and to turn them around to the right. And then again, tiny gaps between the steel block and the wall, but they will go through. And this is step up level. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So we just need 2 blockers to finish the level. So at this time, go ahead and max out the release rate. Then for the remaining blockers, we're just going to go ahead and nuke them. Generally, players would nuke any remaining blockers that remain in the low after the low is completed. You don't have to. You could always simply press the escape key on your keyboard to exit out of the low once the low is solved. But for me, yeah, I generally will nuke the lemmings. And then next one, Newbie 6, Building 101, 20 lemmings, 10 to be saved, time limit 5 minutes. So this is your builder tutorial level.
Let's go!
When assigned to a lemming, the lemming will build an upward builder staircase of 12 bricks. And of course, as you can see, it helps the lemmings to get over walls. And here, yeah, without a builder, they will just turn around here. So we need to go ahead and assign a builder to help them get over it. Okay, same thing here. This is a high wall which they cannot get over without builders. So we need to help them here. by giving them builders. Okay, so they get up here and go over here and fall down into this area. Then I'm gonna go ahead and build again, and build again. So they get over this wall, and now they are trapped here. So we need to go ahead and assign the builder here. And that's it. Very, very easy though. Maybe slightly a bit more difficult than the other training levels, but it's still really not that hard at all. It's just really teaching you the skills one at a time. And then Newbie 7, break out the bashers. 30 lemmings, 20 to be saved. Time limit of 5 minutes. So teaches you all about the basher here.
Let's go.
And the basher, it basically creates a horizontal tunnel. And the lemming will keep on bashing as long as there's terrain to bash through until it reaches open air. Yeah, or an edge in which they will fall down. So as you can see here, yeah, a horizontal tunnel. So we bash there, and then we bash when we get to this wall. And then bash when we get to this wall. Bash when we get to this wall here. And then finally one last basher here to get to the exit. And that's it. Another very easy level here. Alright, next one. Newbie 8. Lemmings are miners by trade. 10 lemmings, 4 to be saved. Time limit 5 minutes again. So your miner tutorial over here. And miners are almost the same as bashers, except instead of creating a tunnel horizontally, they create a tunnel downwards diagonally. So like this. And pretty much on each of the levels here, you can pretty much mine anywhere. And the lemmings won't die or anything. They won't have too far to fall. So it's perfectly safe to experiment with the miners here. And yeah, even to the side, they will be just fine. Maybe except here. Yeah, so I think the only problem would be here. But other than that, oh, maybe also here as well. Yes, so only 2 places where the lemmings would splat and die. But other than that, you can pretty much mine almost anywhere. It's pretty much a safe level for you to experiment what the miner skill does. Alrighty, next one, Newbie 9. I dig this level. 20 lemmings, 10 to be saved. Time limit of 5 minutes. So this should be your digger tutorial level. Very similar to the bashers and miners, except the crucial difference is that it creates a tunnel vertically. Okay. And then here, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and use 1 digger in each section here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and max out the release rate before the digger tunnels get too high and the lemmings will go splat. And that's pretty much it. And so as you can see here, it creates a perfectly vertical tunnel. So bashers, horizontal, miners, downwards diagonal, and diggers, vertical. And then finally, Newbie 10, Firework Finale. We have 100 lemmings, but we only need to save 1, and time limit of 5 minutes. This basically just teaches you about the nuke, which is this button right here. To activate it, you just double click on it. But for this one, we're going to go ahead and have all the lemmings be released from the trapdoor first. So the nuke is always available. And as you can see here, this is another level in which we are not given any skills. And so you're wondering, wait a minute, how do we get to the exit then if we don't have any skills? Well, the answer is this. You just activate the nuke. So you activate by double clicking. So this will proceed to give a 5-second countdown to every lemming. And then when the 5-second countdown is over, the lemming will explode. And with so many lemmings, several of them will be able to get into the exit before they explode. Okay, in this case, I managed to get 37 of them. I could have sworn. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, that 36 is correct because we need to save 1, and so therefore I went 36 over the requirement. Alrighty, and that concludes the newbie rank, which brings us to the first main rank in the pack, which is Sweet. And so, since I got through the 10 levels pretty quickly, I can't really imagine anyone taking too much time on them. I'm gonna go ahead and play the sweet rank as well. I might finish all the sweet rank in this video, in addition to the newbie ones, but I will see. So here, sweet one is piece of cake. 80 lemmings, and we need to say 20. So time limit 5 minutes as well.
Let's go.
Alrighty, so this is your very easy 20 of everything level. So here, it could just be a simple one miner and then done. So like that. Okay, very easy, quick solve there. Next one. Sweet 2, lemon burger cheese. 50 lemmings, 30 to be safe. But this time, we only have a time limit of 2 minutes. Even then, it's not a big problem at all.
Let's go.
So here we're only given minors. So we're a lot restricted in the tile set. The skill set here. So here, it should just be a simple matter of mining into the holes. Then with the next one that's lit by, I'm just gonna go ahead and mine into a hole here. And then for this next one, I'm gonna go ahead and mine out to the left here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mine to this big hole here. Alright, each of those other miners will stop. And then finally one last miner to the left to get to the exit, and that's it. And then just max out the release rate. Alrighty. Sweet 3, last train to Lemming Land. 100 lemmings, 90 to be saved, time limit 9 minutes. So this is a very nice looking level. Yeah, and this was also present in the Superlemmini version. As a matter of fact, I think all the levels that I played so far were all in the Superlemmini version. It's not until like later in the Sweet rank, I believe, but I could be wrong. So here we're back to 20 of everything. So just a very easy any way you want to level. Just get to the exit any way you can. So I'm gonna go ahead and mine, and then I'm gonna go ahead and bash. So there's gonna be a lot of time skips here since a lot of it is just waiting for the Lemming to finish. Then I'm gonna go ahead and bash again. And then bash again. Bash again. Okay, and then bash again. Alrighty, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start building up. Build up to the right. And finally, bash. And that's it. Oh, okay, and all lemmings were already out by the time we bashed through the final wall. Alrighty, so we managed to finish with a little over 3-4 minutes. Oh, the time limit was 9 minutes, right? So, yeah, so a little over 3 minutes to spare. Alrighty, and then Sweet 4, 8 no party, like a lem party, 100 lemmings, 50 to be saved. Okay, and I believe this is the only level with no time limit.
Let's go.
Alrighty, so bombers only, but it should still be a very easy level. Alrighty, so bomb here, and then bomb here. I'll go ahead and max out the release rate right now. And then bomb here. And then bomb here. And then bomb twice here. And that's it. Okay, definitely very easy to save, way more than the save requirement. And also a very easy level as well. And then Sweet 5, Lemmings of the Caribbean. 100 lemmings, 50 to be saved. Time limit of 5 minutes here. Okay, another 20 of everything though. And here we have several entrances. 1 up here, and then 4 in each of the portholes. Oh, it's the what do you call it? Monkey Island music. Yeah, I finally finished the game back in 2018 when I played it on Steam. So I played the special edition. Yeah, where you can hear the dialogue being spoken. So I'm gonna go ahead and bash. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and have. Let me turn around. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start mining down. Yeah, this was one of my favorite music tracks from the game. I also love the Chuck's theme, so I'm gonna go ahead and bash to the left here and then interrupt here mid-stroke with my builder to create this staircase in which these Lemmings can step up and get into the minor tunnel that was just made. And then I'll bash to the left with each of them, with each of the entrances here. Oh, and the Lemmings are already around. Wow, I didn't realize that their release rate was pretty high. And that's it. One final bash, and then everyone can go home. Okay. So again, very easy though, given the fact that it's 20 of everything though. So just another any way you want it. Alrighty, Sweet 6. Rock and roll. 70 Lemmings, and this time we have to save everyone. So that already makes it a little harder than the previous ones. And time limit 3 minutes. Okay, so we only have 1 of everything here. Even then, it shouldn't be that hard. So, go ahead and mine. And then when he gets down here to where the exit is, can I go a little further down than that? Yeah, and then he's about to break through the floor, so let's go ahead and bash. Go ahead and max out the release rate. Okay, and then 1 final digger to get to the exit, and that's it. Yeah, so it's 3 skills and done. So, even though it's harder than all the previous lows that we have played so far, it's still not that much harder. Sweet 7, Cloud Tops. 50 Lemmings, 40 to be saved. Time limit is 6 minutes here.
Let's go.
Alrighty, so the exit's here, and we start up here. Alrighty, it's another easy 20 of everything though. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig down with the first Lemming here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mine with the second Lemming that gets in the digger pit. Okay, and then digger pit is low enough now, so I'm gonna go ahead and build to stop him. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and dig down. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start building. And then I see a tiny gap there, so I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, actually, did I make it so that they can climb out to the right? I believe so. So yeah, no need to build to the right here. Okay, and then build to the right, cross that gap. Let me go ahead and see. Yeah, so I'll just send out a climber later on to plug up that tiny gap there. Ooh, this is a very nice snow cloud here with the snow. There's pretty much a lot of clouds scattered everywhere, and also some of the terrain. Alright, and then start building to get to this cloud here. Okay, and then more builders to get to the next one. And then finally build to get to the exit. And that's it. And here I'm gonna go ahead and send out a climber to plug in this tiny gap. Okay, and then bash out the crowd. And that's it. So, can't be tricky, but it's not that hard. It's still pretty easy. Alright, next one. Sweet 8. Lemming Romance. We have 2 lemmings, and we need to save both of them. And we have a time limit of 8 minutes here.
Let's go.
Alrighty, so 2 climbers, 2 floaters, 50 builders, and then 20 bashers, 20 miners, and 20 diggers. Yeah, this is a pretty nice looking level. Especially love the hearts up there. um, it definitely reminds me of those games where you have hearts as life points. Yeah, here love is definitely in the air. Alrighty, so what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dig with the lemming behind the first one. And then I'm just going to go ahead and send the first one ahead. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and build to stop him. So bash through here and then bash here. Alrighty, and then I'm going to go ahead and make this basher tunnel, this really long one, to get through. And then he's going to keep walking on ahead. Okay, and then we're going to build this long builder staircase to the exit. Starting around here. Okay, and then I'm going to stretch out the bridges. Okay, and then that should be good. So keep building until we get to the exit. Yes, so that was just the perfect place to start building. And then finally, I'm just going to go ahead and make this lemming a climber. Okay, and that's it. So, not too hard at all. Very, very easy, considering that we have a lot of the skills. And again, just anything, any way you want it. Suite 9, Leapfrog. 3 lemmings, 3 to be saved. Time limit of 5 minutes here.
Let's go.
Alrighty. So, only builders. So, we just need to build at each gap that we get to. The first lemming that gets there. So, build here. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5 gaps that we need to build over. Then start the builder here. And then start the builder here. And then start the builder here. Will they fall off? No, that's perfect. At least I connected with the ground that time. And then finally build. Yeah, and you'll have more than enough time to get over the gap before any of the others fall. Okay, and that's it. So it's somewhat a little more difficult than the other ones, but it's not that much harder, especially since we only have builders anyway. And it's just a matter of being able to seal the gaps in such a way that no one will fall to the bottomless pit. Alrighty, Suite 10. Lemmings versus arrows. So we have our introduction to one-way arrows here. 40 lemmings, 20 to be saved. So, quick description of the one-way walls. It pretty much means that you can only use the structure skills in the direction that the arrows are pointing in. So here are the arrows that are pointing to the right, which means you can only bash them to the right. And then similarly, arrows pointing to the left here, you can only bash them to the left. Meaning you have to come from the right side in order to destroy it. And then downward arrows, yeah, it can only be destroyed with miners and diggers. So you have to get on top of the wall. Or you can even get to the side of it as well. But make sure you use a downward destructive skill, such as the miner or digger. Oh, and we also have a bomber pickup. So these skills that are in circles here, these are pickup skills. There are some levels that have them, and sometimes it is necessary to collect them so that you can solve the level. There are some levels in which pickup skills do appear, but sometimes they are not required. But most of the time, those that do have them are required to be collected in order to solve. So basically, to collect them, you just simply get a lemming to get near, which will then immediately be added to your skill panel. So here it's a 10 area everything.
Let's go.
It should still be really easy though. So here, yeah, so you just bash. So you basically just use the destruction skills in the direction that the arrows are pointing in. And then here, coming from this side, we cannot destroy it as well, which means we need to send a lemming over with a climber. And then here, there should be a spot fall, so we're going to go ahead and give him a floater. Oh, no time limit here either, okay. I don't remember if this was part of Superlemmini. And then since we're going in the right direction now, we can go ahead and destroy the wall. Okay, here I'm gonna to speed up things a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and send another climber up, and then yeah, here we need to destroy a bit of the wall. So let's go ahead and dig down, and then eventually he'll become low enough so that the others can step up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mine through the downward one-way wall. Alrighty, so that brings us to here. I'm gonna go ahead and send a climber up. So here I'm gonna go ahead and dig right where the arrows meet. Oh, did I dig in the wrong position? Doesn't really matter. And then I'm gonna go ahead and bash. And then once he gets far enough, then I'm going to go ahead and mine. And then same thing here, I'm going to go ahead and bash. And then mine. Yeah, because this is pretty much a mix of left and right one-way arrows. Okay, so we are through. And then finally we have upwards one-way walls, which can only be destroyed with bombers. Okay. The bashers and miners and diggers, they will not work. The only other thing that will work on them is the fencer skill, but Sublems was made at a time in which since it was originally made for Superlemmini, and Superlemmini can only use the classic 8 skills. And so, if I'm not mistaken, there would not be any of the new skills that are only found in New Lemmings. Actually, it wasn't really necessary to make him a climber, but that's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and climber, and then when he's high enough, I'm gonna bomb, and then finally bomb to get through the wall, and that's it. Okay, max out everything this way. Almost everyone was out that time anyway. Alrighty, so it's certainly a lot harder than the previous levels that we have played, but really it's just all about knowing about how one-way walls work. Once you know how they work, then it's pretty easy though. Alrighty, Suite 11. Much Ado About Lemming. 20 lemmings, 15 to be saved. Oh, no time limit here either. Okay. I might have been wrong about almost every level having a time limit, but then again, I think this was one that also didn't have a time limit in Superlemmini, but I could be wrong too. And I believe this was a level found in Superlemmini. Alright, so it's another 20 of everything level, so it shouldn't be very difficult either. I'm gonna go ahead and start building up then. So 2 builders to the right. Alright, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start building to the left. I'm gonna go eventually start spying. I think they will, so I'm gonna go ahead and start another builder bridge down here, just to make sure. So yeah, just gonna solve this entire load using just builders, because why not? Definitely not the most interesting solutions, but this works, so I go with whatever works to solve a level. Alrighty, Suite 12 of Mice and Lambs. So clearly a reference to John Steinbeck's novel Of Mice and Men, which I have read back when I was in high school for English class. 100 lemmings, 80 to be saved. Time limit 10 minutes here. Alrighty, another simple 20 of everything level. Just make more difficult by the fact that it's a 99 release rate. Even then, it's not that much harder. Because here you could just simply use a blocker to hold back the crowd. Yeah, which I'm going to go ahead and do. I'll give it to the second lemming, while standing 1 lemming up ahead. Alrighty, and then there's no way out when we get down here. Well, I guess technically there is. You could just get down here and then send someone up to mine them out, I guess. But here, instead of doing that, I'm going to go ahead and go to the one-way wall. He'll turn around, but that's okay. And then I'll send him over with a climber. I'm gonna go ahead and build to turn him around. And then when he gets up here, I'm gonna go ahead and bash. That should be steppable. Oh, and that's right. Yeah, he's a climber, so he climbs up through all that. But he bounces off the blocker and turns around. Alright, and then right here, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh no, not a miner. Yeah, bash. Okay, I don't think there's any dangers here. Yeah, no hidden traps or anything. If there were, I believe there would be some kind of animation, and also the trigger point would be visible too. Or rather, the trigger a button. Okay, so go ahead and build across this water gap here. And then, okay, we can go ahead and drop down into this area here. Can I get, yeah, okay, step up that. Alright, and then at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and release the crowd. The most common way to remove a basher, a blocker, is to bomb him. But you can also remove the terrain underneath the blocker's feet to release him, so that he becomes a walker again. Actually, no need to build to cancel him. Yeah, because he'll eventually stop. Okay, and then finally, with this huge mound of wall here, I'm gonna go ahead and dig down. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mine. And then dig down again. And then finally mine to get to the exit. So here it's necessary to make some steps instead of digging all the way through, because otherwise the fall will become too high and then the lemming style coming in will splat. However, there is another way in which you can just use a single digger, but make sure you get every lemming in there before the digger pit becomes too high. Okay, if you can do that, then none of them will splat because the digger pit isn't high enough yet. But the easiest way is to just simply make steps like that, like what we just did there. Alrighty, Suite 13, Lemmings Playroom. We have 100 lemmings and then 80 to be saved. Time limit 10 minutes here.
Let's go.
Okay, so pretty much a 20 of everything except builders, where we have 50 of them. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 entrances. Anyone in immediate danger? No. So nobody's in immediate danger. But I'm gonna go ahead and start with the leftmost entrance here. Alright, and then I'm gonna go ahead and dig down. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and bash under all these trap buttons. No one should step up and trigger them. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and interrupt the basher mid-stroke there. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and bash. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mine. At this time, I'm gonna go ahead and dig with one of the lemmings up here. Okay, here I'm gonna go ahead and bash through here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and send a climber up. And then when he gets here, give him a floater so he can survive that fall. And then bridge a couple of times to get across to this like castle prison looking like structure. Bash on through. And then finally one more bash. Then here, let's go ahead and dig right here. And here, everyone will get into the digger pit as it goes. So therefore, they're not in any danger of splatting. And then finally, bash through this wall. No, 2 more bashers. So 1 here, and then 1 final 1 here. And that's it. Then the rest of it just time skip to the end. Again, very easy, just due to the fact that the skill set is very big. Alrighty, Suite 14, Lemming Death Match. 1 lemming, 75 to be saved. Time limit 5 minutes here.
Let's go.
Alrighty, so we have this entrance going out to the right, and then here lemmings will be going to the left here. So here only 5 bombers, but we have 20 builders. So here it should be possible to just simply bomb and then build to the exit, but that's going to require a lot of builder spamming. And so rather than do that, I'm just going to go ahead and build to the top from both sides. Here, I think I'm just going to focus on the left side. So build a couple times to get up, and then build, and then build to get higher. Oh, and the music, it uses the Lemmings 2 sports theme. I wonder, are they going to go splat here? So I'm going to go ahead and start building a bridge here. Okay, and then they're going to go ahead and bomb. And then bomb. Bomb. And then bomb. I have a feeling they're going to fall past the exit there. Can they even connect with the wall over there? So I think I'm just going to go ahead and start the builder further back. We have plenty of builders here anyway, so we can more than certainly do that. Okay, and then build. Alright, and then build to the left. Here I'm going to go ahead and bomb the staircase so that I just have one lemming going on ahead. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and build over this hole. And that's it. Alright, so they're just going to use the builder staircase to drop onto the left side and just come back to the hole from the other side. Because here I'm pretty sure they're going to walk past the exit from the right side. So that's why I did that. Suite 15, Sandopolis, Act 1. 70 lemmings, 65 to be saved, time limit 10 minutes.
Let's go.
Alrighty, so we started the structure here, and then we need to work all our way across. So there doesn't seem to be any exit inside here. However, the most likely place to try if you are playing through this pack for the very first time would be to get to the structure here, because that's probably likely where the exit is. So in this case, it's an invisible exit. Alrighty, so we have plenty of skills here, so we could just bash through each obstacle as we get to them. So we're going to start by bashing through here, and then bash through here, and then bash through here. Bash. Here I'm going to go ahead and build up. You don't really have to, you could just bash through here, but then there are these spike needle traps. So I'm going to go ahead and block behind the first one. Bash through here. And then build up. Build up. And build up. Alright, and then build over this rope trap. And then build a couple of times to get to the wall here. Oh, could have just used two builders, but it's okay. And then bash through. And then finally bash through this pyramid here. And yes, as confirmed by the lemming jumping into the exit and also hearing the exit sound, that confirms that the exit is right there. So it is indeed a hidden exit. And then here I'm just going to mine out the blocker. And that's it. Lemmings have already been out, so that's fine. Yeah, plenty of walking here. Alrighty, Suite 16, the Pit of Pain. 50 lemmings, 50 to be saved. And then time limit 2 minutes here.
Let's go.
Okay, we only have climbers here. And we have 50 lemmings, and then 50 climbers, which means every climber gets one. Every lemming gets a climber, I should say. So, here we just need to assign the climber to the lemmings as they walk to the left. And the easiest way to do here is to simply hold down the left arrow key on your keyboard, and then click on each lemming. And that's it. Very, very easy though. In other versions like DOS, yeah, it doesn't have that. But it doesn't really matter because this pack was not made for DOS. It was originally made on Superlemmini. And both Superlemmini and Lemmings have directional select, which allows you to hold down an arrow key on your keyboard to ensure that you only select a lemming facing that direction to perform a skill. Alright, the Metropolis Lemmopolis is Suite 17. We have 100 lemmings and then 50 to be saved here. Okay, and then here we have several entrances. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And here we are a lot more restricted in the skill set here. And so it does mean that low is slightly harder than most of the previous ones we have already played. But even then, it's still not like overly difficult. Right? And so here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entrances. I think I might have mistakenly said 4 entrances before, but there are 5 of them. And since there are 5 entrances, that means there should be 20 lemmings coming out from each entrance. Alrighty. And here the easiest way would be to, I'm just going to go ahead and max out the release spray here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and assign each of these lemmings here a floater, and then also make them climbers. So they can just climb these walls and they get to the exit up here. Alright, so this one's not a climber yet. And yeah, anytime you assign a floater or climber skill to a lemming, there will be a color shift to easily tell you that the lemming is either a climber or a floater. And in the game, if you assign both a lemming, both a floater and a climber, it becomes what is known as an athlete. An athlete is just simply a term in the game to describe any lemming that is both a climber and a floater. Okay, so we have no more floaters, but that's not a problem because we can just simply bash through this one-way wall. Yeah, and as you can see, this is 20 lemmings, so there is indeed 20 lemmings coming out of each entrance here, and then as will be confirmed here when I make all of these climbers. So they're just going to go ahead and use the exit up here. Oh yes, and also regarding the music, I love this music a lot. Yeah, this was from a game called Putt-Putt's Balloonorama, and it was a game I absolutely loved growing up. And if I am not mistaken, Colorful Arty did do a Let's Play of the game, so that made me very happy to see, knowing that someone out there loves the game like I do. Alrighty, so with that, this takes care of these 2 entrances, and now we'll just worry about the others right now. So here I'm going to go ahead and dig down, and then here I'm going to go ahead and dig down here, and then mine, and then that takes care of that entrance. And then for this one, I'm just going to use a lemming here to dig down. And then bash to get these lemmings out of their jail. You poor lemmings. I'm not sure what you guys did to deserve this, but in any case, you guys are free now. And then I'm going to go ahead and interrupt the basher mid-stroke with a floater. And that's it. Oh, I still have some lemmings. Alrighty, so just a simple miner, and that's it. Alrighty, very, very easy to save everyone here, despite the much more restricted skill set. And yes, as I said before, it is definitely a lot harder because of that, but it's not way, way harder. Alrighty, so Suite 18 is Tricolor Masterpiece. 100 lemmings, 70 to be saved. Time limit 10 minutes here.
Let's go.
Alrighty, and we have 30 of everything. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe this will show up as a repeat later on in the what's the final rank? I think it's Hellish. don't be around now. So I start off by bashing and then building to stop the basher. Oh, actually, no. Let me do this instead. Let me go ahead and bash and then build to stop. And then build across. Then build across. Bash. Build. Bash. Build. Bash. Build. Bash. Okay, and then build a couple of times. Oh, and that reminds me, I didn't really take a look at the low, did I? Yeah, generally I pause and take a look at the entire low first before I start playing the low and carry out the solution. Execute the solution. Alrighty, and then now that he's here, I'm gonna go ahead and bash on through. Okay, I might have gotten into a very difficult place to bash out and stuff, but doesn't really matter. Because we have more than enough skills. So I'm gonna build, and then I'm gonna go ahead and bash, and then build to stop. And then put that final brick there, so you can get across. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and make this long basher tunnel here. Alright, so now we're over here. I'm gonna go ahead and build twice to get to this ball here. And I'll bash. Okay, so here I'm just gonna go ahead and build into the lattice grid here. And then build to seal up the gap and then turn him around. Okay, so now that we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and get myself a bit lower. So I'm just gonna bash a couple of times. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and dig down for a bit. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and start building. And then finally bash to the exit. Alrighty, and for this crowd, I'm just gonna go ahead and build them out. Here, I had to hold down the right arrow key to build them out. And that's it. Alrighty. So, not that much harder, especially given that we had 30 of everything. Alrighty, Sweet 19. Bubble Wonder Abyss. 80 Lemmings, 75 to be saved. Time limit 8 minutes here.
Let's go.
Yeah, and yet another easy low here. Pretty much 20 of everything except for builders, which we had 30 of. Okay, so there is a very wide gap here, but it's not a problem. We have plenty of builders built to get across. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and block here to hold back the crowd while sending one lemming up ahead. Alright, so a lot of this is just gonna be time skipping. So we just start a bridge and then we just time skip. And I'm pretty much stretching out the bridges as I go here. It doesn't really matter though, you don't have to. Alrighty, and this is most definitely a splat height, so we need to go ahead and give the worker lemming a floater here. And then, it may appear that we are done, but we are not quite, because we need to go ahead and make a platform here, so that the lemmings don't have a spot to fall, and they will survive. So I need to go ahead and build to turn him around, and then I need to go ahead and build the bridges to the left to reduce the fall. Yep. So he's clear, and then he's just going to go ahead and walk to the exit. And then for here, I'm just going to go ahead and release the miner. The blocker with a miner. And then I'm just going to bash to cancel him. And that's it. So, still a very easy low, even this late in the rank. Alrighty, and then finally, the last lower of the sweet rank, and also the last lower of this video. I'm pretty sure I'm already going pretty long anyway. Sweet 20, Boss Battle 1, Crystal Creep. 15 lemmings, 40 to be saved, time limit 5 minutes. And that's pretty much the common theme here with his rank, with Arty's rank finishers. It's basically a boss battle in which you have to destroy the terrain to try to get through the exit, the so-called boss that he refers to in the title. So it's a special thanks to Ultimate J 1989, whose level, "This Place Scares Me Out," was a big inspiration for this level.
Let's go.
Okay, so this is like a skeleton boss. I'm not sure if there's like a specific video game that it's referring to, but um, yeah, here it's a pretty artistic looking level. Even though it's in the crystal tile set, and it's pretty much all same color here. So here we have 20 of everything. Okay, shouldn't be that difficult. So I'm just gonna go ahead and build with the first lemming, and then here, yeah, just go ahead and dig down. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start building with the lemming that's right here, and then stop the digger with a builder. Okay, and then build again and build again. And I'm just using them as stalling tactics here. Alrighty, and then we'll just... Oh! There are hidden traps. Yeah, and I should have known because their trigger area is visible here. Alrighty, well in that case, let's go ahead and go over to the top then. It might have been the only trap actually, but I'm not gonna find out. Oh yeah, and then after bashing through, yeah, you can see it. Oh, and there's another one here, okay. So, there's several of them. Yeah, and I believe that spot on some of the teeth here, yeah, are the indicators to the traps here. Alrighty, and then I'm gonna go ahead and block behind the basher here. Is this a nest? No, I don't think it's necessary to dig down. Yeah, because he's able to land. Alrighty, and then... No, not yet. Let me wait before releasing the blocker. Alright, now I can release the blocker. And then I'll bash the council. And that's it. Yeah. Very nice, easy low for a rank finisher. But then again, it is only the first rank. And pretty much all the lows in this rank were very easy anyway. Alrighty, so that is the sweet rank finish, which brings us to the next rank of scary, which I will start in the next video. So I hope you have enjoyed the first video of this Let's Play of Colorful Arty's Sublems, and I'll see y'all for the next one.